All right. So, since I've opened this school, it's been a thing of peaks and valleys, but this line up here would be like breaking even. And I'm down here, getting closer to even, dropping down further from even, trying to build back up towards even, but not getting anywhere close, and then dropping down lower and needing to come up with more money. And it's been okay because I like what I'm doing, and I keep thinking that sooner or later one of these things we're gonna try is gonna get us at least close to even, and then to me it's just patience and consistency after that. Like, you start getting established, people start knowing you, and you slowly start building clientele by word of mouth and stuff. I mean, obviously you're gonna have to always be actively marketing and whatnot, but anyway, I don't know what happened, but we just had like a huge dive. It's not like we lost a lot of students or anything. It's like somehow, I don't know, we got disorganized or something, and a bunch of bills all came at once, and we got late penalties and all kinds of stuff. And so all of a sudden it's like I didn't even have the amount of money to even pay all the expenses. So last night I had to get creative and do everything I could think of, pull every string I could think of, and come up with a way to get out of this mess. And after doing it, after putting enough time and thought into it, I came up with a creative solution. So things are looking a little better for me than they were, but definitely not doing well financially at the moment, though the rest of life is going really, really, really good. So because my health is so good, my energy is so good, everybody I know loves and supports me. I live in Maui and it's beautiful. My life is good. I can handle nonsense like this and keep pressing on. But anyway, what it made me want to do is maybe give a few tips to people who've never actually ran a business but are thinking of starting their own thing. And obviously, different businesses will require different things. Like, if you start something online, you need minimal capital and stuff. So obviously that's the best way to go if you can think of a way to do it. But if you start a physical business, then the first thing I want to say is don't get a bunch of investors. Don't build up a ton of capital of your own and just throw money at something. Try to start on as much of a shoestring budget as possible right out of the gate, and try your very best to focus on establishing cash flow. Like, don't worry about a lot of other things. I know you want to be professional, you don't want to look shabby and whatnot, but at the beginning, put most of your expenses, most of your time, most of your energy towards something that's going to bring cash flow back. Like, don't sell out, don't wreck your reputation, don't mar your name, but you need to start generating some income. And the other thing is, definitely keep the budget and the expenses as low as you possibly can in the beginning. Like, if your business starts generating some income, then you can start upping your game. You can start like increasing the quality of things. But at the beginning, you just gotta get a stream of income going, because it's craziness. I can tell you firsthand, I'm really good at living below my means. I've been slowly moving forward ever since I moved to Maui. I made some bad choices prior to moving here, so I came here with a big chunk of debt, and it took me a while to get out of it. I didn't break even until I was 36 years old, which was only 5 years ago. And then in the next 5 years, I managed to build up a decent little nest egg. It was small, it was ridiculous for my age, but considering I had been in debt and that I'd only broken even 5 years ago, it was a good start. And it's the same principle that you read in things like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or The Richest Man in Babylon, or even Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game, where you pay yourself first like a bill, and that helped me move forward quickly. But ever since I've started this business, no matter how low I keep my personal life expenses, my income from my second job hasn't been enough to pay the expenses. So I've been going backwards month after month. And that's how getting nailed by all these things at once, the same time that all my resources have been depleted, just nailed me so bad. And so that's what I'm trying to get the point across, even though I did it very indirectly, and I apologize, is that these businesses, they suck up money like no one's business. It's insane. Like $1,000, I can do pretty good with $1,000 in my personal life, because I can live pretty cheap. I can make good choices. I can make sacrifices. So I can spread 1,000 a while. But in a business, 1,000's nothing. And just over and over, you throw $1,000 at the business and it still needs more, and you throw another 1,000 and it just eats it up like it's nothing. And you throw another 1,000 and it's just gone. And after a while, you're like, man, how many thousands of dollars do I gotta come up with? So I'm not trying to discourage anyone. Like, you definitely need to be the author of your own life. You definitely need to take action to make things happen. What I'm saying is, along with that principle of taking action and making something happen instead of just sitting around daydreaming about stuff, also try to take action in the cheapest way possible. Try to, if you have the choice between a nice storefront that costs you $3,000 a month, or you can accomplish the same thing in your garage, start in your garage. And if you can't do that, then try to rent out an hour or so of time or whatever. Try to work in a church basement. I don't know. Do whatever you can to lower expenses. Find an old warehouse in the middle of nowhere and just market really, really strong to make up for your location. Whatever you can do, because it's crazy how expensive these businesses are. I've always kind of lived a life of excellence. I've taken care of my health. I've treated others well, and it's paid back. I like the way my life's worked out. And I've always felt good about myself because I've always been really good at everything I do. And starting this business has been the opposite. I feel like an incompetent idiot all the time because every idea I try seems to fail, but that's because it's a learning thing. It's a new thing, and things are normally challenging at the beginning when you start them. And so I spent 2 years studying business before I started this, and that definitely helps. It gives you a leg up. It makes you have better ideas, how to adjust, where to start. So it's not a bad thing to establish a base knowledge before jumping in, but there's definitely a difference between theoretical knowledge and real life experience, and so you gotta just jump in eventually. I'm just saying it can be really, really expensive, so I just want you to go in with the idea of making expenses as low as possible right off the bat. Try to shoestring budget everything as much as possible, and try to generate all your time, effort, energy, and money in the beginning to generating some cash flow to get those expenses off your back. So that's all. That's the little lesson I wanted to establish today, and I hope that helps you out some.